Madam Speaker, if the minimum wage is indecent, it means that we're fueling poverty. The Finance Minister announced an increase in the minimum wage, but didn't announce a figure. And he has indicated that the Minister of Labour will come in March to tell us what that figure is. In April, sorry. And we hope that this figure will be something which our minimum wage earners can live with. Yes. The minimum wage sets the standard for wages across the board. It means our tourism workers, our construction, household helpers, security guards, all are impacted. And Madam Speaker, it's important to note, it's not just the minimum wage earners who are struggling. There are many salaried workers, people who are paid on a monthly basis, who are struggling on a day-to-day basis to meet their expenses. Madam Speaker, last year I called on the government to move away from a minimum wage and to instead look at implementing a mechanism to determine what I would consider a livable wage. A livable wage. I again propose that a determination of the livable wage be rooted in analysis of our annual price movements, the inflation rate, and a determination of the basket of goods and services consumed by our lowest earners. This analysis should be done periodically to protect the most vulnerable against the ravages of inflation, and it should include consultations with workers, economists, and other social scientists. Madam Speaker, I am not here to indicate what that number is. Last year I proposed 12,000, but I'm not indicating a number because all of us in here, if we ask, may have different figures. I might say it should be 15. Horace might say it should be 13. Carl might say it should be 80. But what we want is a mechanism that objectively determines that. And I hope when the minister comes next month, he will tell us what the figure is, but tell us the process so that going forward, whether it be annually or every 2 years, minimum wage earners know that they are protected against the ravages of inflation and they can protect the standard of living that they have. But Madam Speaker, I have a concern and I have to raise this with the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Labour announced an increase last year from 7,000 to 9,000. There are still government agencies and departments that have not adjusted from the 7,000 to the 9,000. So you have service providers, for example, who have contracts, whether they be the janitors or others, working in government agencies, but there has been no adjustment provided. So government has to lead by example. Government has to ensure. And Minister, I can give you the names of some of the companies offline, who is a lot of them. And they say, when they ask the questions, why the new minimum wage is not earned, they are told that there's a cabinet decision that they are awaiting. I can give you specific information after here. But we have to deal with that issue. Because what it means is we have employees working still at the old minimum wage, almost 1 year later. And below the legally established minimum wage prescribed. So while we move, come next month, to a new minimum wage, we have to make sure we correct what we did from last year and ensure when the adjustment is made that at least the government agencies are dealing with it. Because we can't hold private sector people to account.
You can't outsource people to poverty.
Right. As the leader said, you can't outsource people to poverty.